My name is Trevon Wilmer. I'm from the Maryland's Eastern Shore. I chose Morgan because I was trying to find schools. I'm also a Morgan graduate, class of 2025 in the spring. I was looking for schools. Morgan has always been a name that I've always heard of. I'm actually the third cousin on my dad's side to graduate from Morgan State University. So that is always that plus. Morgan's a household name and it's always known. And ever since I've been here, it feels like home. It doesn't feel like I need to be iffy or I'm all over the place. It actually feels comfortable. So I'm gonna be honest with you. 2 years ago, I didn't even know what psychometrics was. But working through the lab, looking through statistics, it actually intrigued me. Learning all this information about different things, how things work. And then when I found out that you can take tests, behavioral tests, and so that you can find out findings. For example, my research I did involved the NBA to figure out how the NBA could draft players and they not be busts. I would explain it this way. So, you know how some people do better in tests than others? Okay, so I'm gonna conduct a test in front of you to see how your behavior is. And then I'm gonna show you all these numbers after the fact. You see how this mean, median, and mode works? You still take that in college. So then you take this data and you take all these people and then you put into a data, what they call a data set. Once you have the data set, you conduct your research, you create charts. On each chart, it will explain how you draw bar graphs in school. That's how you would be. This bar graph is higher, this bar graph is lower. This bar graph is in the middle, explaining that this is better than this and this is better than this. But through my research, I conducted that, say a person may learn better as an auditory learner versus seeing it visually, so they need somebody to speak to them. So this far, I would say being able to take an article that may be 20 pages and actually pull out the data from it, to be able to explain it, or even figuring out what my thesis will be. Because as a first year student, you might not need to do it till your second year, but it's good to understand what you want to work on. So in certain classes, you need to know what you're working on. So then kind of like it's almost forward thinking. You're not just thinking the next 2 years, you're actually thinking about the next 5 or the next 10 where you're going to be. The most common is aptitude test. Everybody either takes the ASVAB if you want to get into the military, you take the SAT, ACT if you want to get into college, and in the graduate level, you either take the GRE or the LSAT or trying to get into medical school. These are examples of all behavioral tests that a psychometrician would create. I would say the faculty, because I feel like the faculty, it's a closer connection than it would be undergrad. So you can almost ask some people that have been in the field. So they've been where you've been, so they know, oh, this is how this would work. Oh, I suggest you to be this way. Or even professionalism, how you would conduct yourself, how you would use these words, how to write this email. Now at your higher education, you have to present yourself in a different way. So I am a graduate research assistant for the Center of Predictive Analytics. There, I'm conducting research on undergraduate retention. So President Wilson wanted to create, in his Transform Morgan, by 2030, 60% of a graduation rate of 60%. So I'm currently trying to figure out the factors to make that actually possible. Example, working on your thesis. When you get to your doctorate level, you have to write a dissertation. So it's almost a mini version of that. It's preparing you how to get all your charts, how to get all your documents, how to have all your sources, how to create a team around you so that you can be able to explain everything. So that they make sure, oh, this on your thesis could be better, or this could be better, or you have a thesis defensive, which means they read over it and you think about what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, and then you go and analyze that. So it's preparing you for not only the research part, but if you wanted to actually become a research assistant, a lot of people don't know, when you get hired by these pharmaceutical companies or these big companies, they actually pay very well. And when people think of psychometrics, they don't think that the bigger picture, they think of the smaller picture. but it's a very, very good thing, as well as getting ready for PhD. How you're gonna do these things, how you schedule things. It also teaches organization. Organization is the biggest factor. If you don't know how to get organized, you're gonna learn it very fast. You're gonna go from, oh, I don't know, I write a couple things down to you have whole schedules of calendars of this date, this date, this date, this date. When is this due? Oh, I have to do this. What time is this due? You have to be on everything. Anticipate, if you've never had experience with research, it's okay, they will help you. But if you have experience with research, it will continue. It'll almost be like a stepping stone. It will get you familiar with reading documents, writing an APA, which some people can't understand how to do. All sorts, it'll help you try to be the best that you can be. Tools that you need. A planner will always help you. A planner will be your best friend. Google Calendar will be your best friend. Zoom will be your best friend, because these are the tools that will help you the furthest. With a psychometrics degree, you can work in the school system. We're helping them just develop tests. So there is a way of learning called social and emotional learning, which is what my focus on my thesis will be. Social and emotional learning is developing how kids have better attendance, have better personality, and actually enjoy school. Figuring out, oh, just because they live in this area, it can make them better in school, things of that sort. But you can also do that. You could be a psychometrician, you could be a psychometricist, which is actually like a scientist in a sense. Like, you actually, the same things a psychometrician would do, but you do it in like a more concentrated lab. As I want to be a school psychologist, that can help you as well. Education and the health field are the two most prominent things for psychometricians. It's an excellent program, I would say. It prepares you for not only conferences, but big conferences. As a person that is award-winning in a national conference, it prepared me for that. I never would have thought that when I got to Morgan that I'd be in conferences with 364 other people and I'm winning. I would say also, it's almost like a smoothest transition that you ever have. It's almost like coming home. It's like a home, it gives you a home vibe. It's very comfortable. It's not really harping, and even there's opportunities for jobs within being in the psychometrics program. You could be a graduate assistant for an undergraduate class. You could be a graduate research assistant helping somebody do data, and you would get lots of publications, and publications look very well on your CV.